Okay, so we've got Hrgovic versus Demori, and we've got Frank Sanchez versus Farr. Why is not Hrgovic facing Frank Sanchez? Surely that would have worked out for me. Anyway, I'm not complaining because it's a phenomenal card.
Well, listen, in terms of the fight, Mark Demori, it's a bit of a nonsense, isn't it? I mean, one thing he did say in the press...
Did you know that was when you saw the name?
Yeah, of course I remember. I remember David Hay ironing him out fucking years ago. Mark Demori, and he just literally stood in the corner and got battered. You know, he ain't lost a fight since then.
Seen who he's fought?
Like 8 or 9 fights. Yeah, it's all 6 and 8 rounders. One thing he said, you know, he's 41 years... Do you know he's 40? He put me off a fucking stride there.
I had some beans earlier, bruv.
Oh, Mexican beans. Jesus Christ. Do you know he's 41 years of age? 41 years of age. Do you know what he said? He went, I'm going to try and rupture his spleen.
What's that fucking mean?
Fucking hell. I think that's a bit
I think
much.
I just ruptured mine pushing that out.
Listen, it is Mark Demori. I wished it was Martin Bacoli. There was talks it was going to be Martin Bacoli.
Oh, yeah. Why is he not on the card?
Do you know why I reckon Bacoli didn't take that fight? I reckon Bacoli didn't take that fight because Billy Nelson's got to listen, right?
Nah.
You're a bit fat at the minute. He weighed 300 pounds against Takam.
He looked good, though.
300 pounds. As fat as he's ever been.
They don't want the Bacoli smoke. Hrgovic is not risking that position at the moment to go and fight Bacoli. No chance.
What's next?
Yeah, well, just before we do, I'd like to thank Turkey Al Sheikh for putting that fight on.
Another one.
So then, this is, I mean, as if it weren't good enough already, man. Dubois versus Big Baby Miller. I think I'm actually more happy that it is Dubois than Derek Chisora. I mean, the press conference-wise may have been better if it was Derek Chisora. I mean, it would have been chaos, absolute chaos. But fight-wise, I think Dubois versus Miller is a much more interesting one because we there's a lot of questions about Dubois, man. Like he's quit in the Joe Joyce fight. He's quit in the Usyk fight. If he's put under the cosh in this fight, is he going to quit? Who knows? Or is he going to blast out Miller? What's Miller going to be like? Because, you know, dare I say it, when he was at his best, was he on the fucking pedulas? You know what I mean? So who knows? But yeah, thoughts on the fight, Johnny B.
Gerald Miller, 280 pounds, right? Running towards his opponent, throwing 100 punches around. I mean, only fucking EPO can do that for a fighter. He even said in the press conference, hey man, I'm throwing 80 punches around. 80 punches around, a lot for a heavyweight. But
with side breasts. Yeah.
Listen, with side breasts. So what I would like to know is what shit does Daniel Dubois have on fucking Bricktop? That's what I want to know because he's the luckiest boxer alive, isn't he? The luckiest boxer alive. Think of the opportunities that Daniel Dubois had. He gets him the Joe Joyce fight. He loses to Joe Joyce. He quits in the fight against Joe Joyce. But then he gets him the Trevor Bryant fight, right? To be the WBA regular champion. Then he gets him a shot at Usyk. He loses to Usyk. He quits again. Now he gets Gerald Miller and he's on the fucking Saudi card. It's like he's blatantly walked into Frank Warren's office and he's caught him having a wank on Pornhub or something. And he's like, right, I got ya. And he's like, right, oh, right, sorry, Daniel. Uncle Frank. He's blatantly got some shit on him, innit? And he's just getting him fucking blinding opportunities every 2 minutes. But
I don't know. He's a good fighter, John. He's a good fighter.
Ah, come on, bro.
He done well against Usyk. Come on. No one expected him to perform like that.
He lost every round apart from that.
He should be the champion now, son. Let's not go into that.
But in terms of
not today, bruv. Not today.
Johnny Fisher thinks so. Me and Johnny Fisher think so. You two can fuck right off.
Well, if Johnny Fisher was here, I'd agree, but he's not here, right? So that's that. No, look, Daniel Dubois, from what I'm looking at, right, he's a big lump. He's got a brilliant 1-2. He's got good balance and that. He's going to be a problem for anyone, any heavyweight, because if he hits you, I reckon you will stay hit, right? But, you know, there is in boxing, that warrior code, that spirit, like you need that if you're going to be a top fighter at the top level. I don't think he's got that. Maybe he's young. I think Frank Warren said it today at the press conference. He's young. All these other fighters here are old. But I don't know if you can have an experience to get that. And I think he wanted out against Usyk, and I think he wanted out against Joe Joyce. Gerald Miller, I don't know, is he going to be juiced up to the nines? Probably, because he seems to try and get away with it every fight.
But
he's
Frank Warren's going to be round his house every day with a piss cup, isn't he?
Yeah, it'd be a big fucking piss cup.
Piss cup.
Piss cup. Piss cup.
That's the Pornhub talking, isn't it?
In.
Going on about Pornhub.
Yeah, look, I think that Gerald Miller, as you say, you ain't got to go and watch any tape on him. You know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to come forward. He's going to be throwing punches. But listen, he knows how to slip and slide shots as he comes forward, Miller. He's quite cute. And he does throw a lot of punches. He's quite good defensively on the offense. He is. I think he's quite good. I think he gets to Dubois. I genuinely do. I think he gets to Dubois, and I think Dubois is in a whole heap of trouble. I really do. I really do.
I'm going to disagree.
If Dubois lands on him,
disagree.
All right, let me finish my point, and you can say what you want to say. I think if Daniel Dubois lands on him and it bounces off him like it did Joe Joyce, all right, there's my evidence I'm going to put to table now. I think he's in a whole heap of trouble. And I think, judging by Dubois' face today at the press conference, I think he knows it.
Right. So Daniel Dubois, I think, gets unnecessary shit. Right. He's 25 years old.
What are you
right?
talking
He's
about?
young. He's a young heavyweight. He's lost 2 fights against 2. Well, you can't call Joe Joyce elite, but before what happened with Zhang, everyone was saying Joe Joyce was the only man to beat Tyson Fury at the time. And he's lost to Usyk. Now you've had your turn. Now you can be quiet.
Oh, no, because, how about Lorena fight? He got knocked down 3 times
let's
in
not
that
talk
fight,
about
didn't he?
that. I'll come on to the Lorena fight. That was a little bit of a mishap. Now, in terms of Daniel Dubois being a fighter, right? I think he's got a lot of good attributes. I think he's a little bit upright. I think he's upright. Do you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I forgot about the Lorena fight for a minute. Oh yeah, the fucking Lorena fight. Uncle, what do you reckon? No, I'm only joking. Let me finish my point. So my point is, look, I think he gets a lot of unnecessary shit. I think, in spite of clearly quitting twice, he's still sat at that table. He knows he hasn't got, a lot of banter, and he's still, Frank stuck it on him, couldn't say anything back. I felt bad for him. I felt bad for him, and he's still brave enough to go in there and fight a fucking juiced up Sherman Clump. So, you got to hand it to him. You got to hand it to him. I don't know. I just hope, again, I do a lot of my picks from my heart. I've got to stop doing that. I suppose my head's telling me that Jarrell Miller's too big, probably an immovable object. It's like punching an oak tree that's in the garden for 300 years. It's like punching one of them in it and expecting it to fucking come down. It's not going to come down, is it? So if I'm Daniel Dubois, I don't do what I did against Joe Joyce, is try and take him out. Daniel Dubois had a lot of success against Joe Joyce. Arguably after 7 or 8 rounds, he was winning that fight, landing haymakers on him. He just boxes from range, moves about. He's young, he's quick, he's agile. Stay behind the jab. Don't get into any silly exchanges. And I think Daniel Dubois wins this fight on points. And I fucking hope he does. And sends Sherman Clump back to the fucking leisure centres in America. Please, God, let that be happen. Let that be the case. Sorry. Can't talk now. I'm getting all my fucking words mumbled up. I can't stand Jarrell Miller.
As I was thinking about it today, it was going through my mind, and at one point I was like, well, I think maybe Miller will walk him down, but I don't see it happening, man. I think he's too slow, Miller. I think he's going to get hit too many times. I think he's going to get absolutely knocked out. I do. I think that when he was at his best, he was on who fucking knows. And he was able to do what he did. He was able to keep coming forward. Nothing was phasing him. He had enough energy to take him fucking 200 rounds. So I think that was just a fake Jarrell Miller back in the day. And now I think we're going to see a human Jarrell Miller. And he's going to be... he was so slow in the Lucas Brown fight. He was so slow. And Lucas Brown clocked him with some serious punches. Fair enough. He looks like he's got a decent chin, actually, Jarrell Miller. I'll give him that. But when Dubois clocks him, and he's going to have ample amount of opportunities to clock him, Dubois, and I think he'll absolutely wipe him out. I think he'll clean him out. I do.
I really hope you're right. But you know what? Jarrell Miller, though, to his credit, he was quite entertaining today. I think we can all agree upon that.
Oh, yeah.
He did liven things up at that presser.
Why I said at the start, fuck the drugs in sport, it's just doing my head in, like whatever, like good luck to him now, is because Frank Warren, the amount of stick he's been giving Eddie Hearn about Conor Benn, Dillian White, where's the B sample and all that.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get
Good point.
Daniel Dubois a shot at Miller. So I'm just like, oh, fuck it. Why am I wasting my time stressing out
That's what I
about
said
all this?
last week.
I know you said it to me last week, Kai, I admit, and I went off on one, and I'm in your position now, what you was in last week.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I can't be bothered no more because, as you say, Frank Wallin, you're sitting there getting in the Daniel Dubois fight, and then you're digging Eddie Earn out every week about Conor Benn. We want to know the results of Dillian White. Where's the B sample? Gerald Miller, do you want to fight Dubois? Yep, lovely, done. It's still bollocks. It's just all bollocks, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I stand by my prediction there. However, I will say one thing. The fact that Dubois has quit twice now, I really don't think that's something that you can knock out of him. I think that's with him forever. I really do. I don't think that's something that he can mentally defeat. So, yeah, I got to say, if he does come under the cosh, I wouldn't be surprised if he quit again. But I do think he'll knock him out. But, yeah, going forward, I don't see that changing in Dubois. I just don't. Do you?
no way. I think that he's been. I think with that size, I think that in the amateurs, in sparring, I think the type of people he's been getting in for sparring, I think he's been bullying a lot of people for a long time in the ring, in the gym. All those easy fights as a pro, and as soon as he's got and had an acid test, he's quit, and he wanted a way out against Usyk as well. And I don't know. I don't think you can. I think that's your makeup.
I think you're being a bit harsh, boys. I think you're being a bit harsh. I just hope he does it. I really do. Honestly, can you imagine Daniel Dubois stopping Jarrell Miller? Or
I think he'll win.
Gets on the corner like that, arms aloft.
No, but that weren't the question, Kyle. Do you think that going forward, Dubois, say he wins this fight and then he gets put in with, say, Joshua, for instance. That's obviously not going to happen. But say he did get put in with Joshua and Joshua's all over him. Do you think he's going to be mentally strong enough to get through that?
Yeah, I think if it's in you, it's in you, right? I think it's that simple, isn't it? I think that answers the question. If you've got the ability to take a knee once, you'll do it again and you'll do it again.
Yeah, so you don't think he'll change?
The answer is yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you can change.
Yeah, that elite level, I think there can't be no quitting you. You've got to be willing to die in there. Like, I don't agree with it. I mean, I would say Daniel Dubois is making the right decisions in both times he's done that. And I think he's made the right decision. But, I mean, you see Carl Froch doing something like that. It's just look at Tyson Fury.
No.
I don't know.
And also, the last thing I'll say on it, he went down and quit from a jab from Usyk, and he went down and quit from a jab from Joyce as well. So imagine when he actually does get, and I can't actually remember him taking too many absolute pelters on the chin. But when he finally does get a pelter on the chin from a Joshua of this world or a Wilder, someone who can bang, I think it's going to be fucking worse than ever. I think he's going to be like, fucking hell, get me out of here, Frank. Where are you, bruv? I just do. So, yeah, that's for me. Maybe we're harsh, but say it as we see it.
But with the Joyce fight as well, like he was getting continually battered to the face, to the eye with that jab. So then all of a sudden, once he's gone down, it was just like, enough's enough. Like he knows getting up, he's just going to constantly get, more jabs to the eye. Same with Usyk. He was taking a beat down. There was shots coming from everywhere. It was just a death of 1,000 cuts. And eventually I want out. It's not like that one punch, bang, I quit. It's just like he knows what's coming next.
I know it's accumulation. I do. I understand that. But I'm just saying, can you remember when he's been absolutely clocked on the chin? Because I can't. And when that finally does happen, I think it's going to be the same thing. He'll go down and I think he'll go, fuck this. I don't want another one of them on my chin. And that's it. So hopefully not. I hope his mentality changes. Like I say, it's a difficult thing to change because you're either born with it or you ain't. Carl Froch is Carl Froch and, fucking O'Hara Davis is O'Hara Davis and Daniel Dubois is Daniel Dubois. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll see.